Have you ever wondered what would happen if the US attacked Canada? It seems unlikely, but let's delve into this hypothetical scenario. From the inception of the United States, it has enjoyed a friendly and cooperative relationship with its northern neighbor, Canada. These two nations have shared a peaceful border for over 2 centuries, fostering deep economic, cultural, and political ties. But let's take a moment and ponder a different reality, one where the friendly handshake is replaced with the clenched fist of military might. Why is such a scenario unlikely, you ask? Well, the United States and Canada are more than just neighbors. They are partners and allies, their destinies intertwined through numerous treaties and agreements, not to mention the largest trade relationship in the world. But for the sake of argument, let's imagine a world where this isn't the case. Intrigued? Let's dive in and explore the military capabilities of both countries. To understand this hypothetical scenario, we first need to consider the military capabilities of the United States. Often referred to as a global superpower, the United States boasts a military force that is unrivaled in size, technology, and budget. A significant portion of the country's annual budget is allocated to defense, ensuring that the military is consistently well-equipped and ready for action. In terms of size, the U.S. military ranks as the third largest in the world, with approximately 2 million active and reserve personnel. This force is spread across 5 branches: the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard, each with its own unique capabilities and areas of expertise. But it's not just the sheer size of the U.S. military that makes it formidable. Equally important is the cutting-edge technology it possesses. From stealth bombers and nuclear submarines to unmanned drones and cyber warfare capabilities, the U.S. military continues to push the boundaries of technological innovation. This technological prowess is complemented by advanced training programs which ensure that U.S. military personnel are some of the best prepared in the world. Alongside its size and technology, the U.S. military budget is another factor that sets it apart. The United States spends more on its military than any other country, with a defense budget that exceeds the next 7 countries combined. This vast expenditure allows the U.S. to maintain a global military presence, with bases and operations in over 100 countries worldwide. This global influence is not just about physical presence, though. The U.S. military is also a key player in international diplomacy and peacekeeping efforts, often acting as a deterrent to other nations' military aggression. In summary, the United States military is a force to be reckoned with, combining unparalleled size, advanced technology, and a massive budget to maintain a global influence and power that few other nations can match. With such a formidable force, it's clear the U.S. has one of the most powerful militaries in the world. Now let's turn our attention to Canada. While they may not have the same global military presence, they are not defenseless. Canada's military, officially known as the Canadian Armed Forces, is a force to be reckoned with. Despite their size, they have a reputation for being highly effective and technologically advanced. In terms of size, the Canadian military is smaller than you might expect. It's comprised of around 75,000 regular personnel and about 30,000 reserve personnel. This may seem modest compared to some global powerhouses, but it's important to remember that size isn't everything. The Canadian Armed Forces are known for their cutting-edge technology. They boast an impressive array of modern military equipment, including warships, fighter jets, and specialized Arctic equipment. They're also one of the world's leaders in the development of drone technology, a testament to their commitment to staying ahead of the curve. When it comes to the budget, Canada spends over $20 billion annually on defense. This may seem small compared to countries like the United States, but it allows Canada to maintain a modern, well-equipped military force. It's also worth highlighting Canada's role in international peacekeeping. The Canadian Armed Forces have a long history of involvement in peacekeeping missions around the globe, from the Middle East to Africa. This has not only earned them international respect, but has also provided their troops with valuable experience in a variety of challenging environments. Canada is also a key player in NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Their involvement in this alliance provides them with strong international support, bolstering their defense capabilities. So, it's clear that while Canada may not have the biggest military in the world, they certainly have a military that's capable and respected. They have shown time and time again that they can punch above their weight, and their commitment to peacekeeping and international cooperation is commendable. Despite being smaller in comparison, Canada's military is modern, well-trained, and capable. So, what would happen if these two forces clashed? Let's explore this hypothetical scenario. In a conventional warfare setting, the United States, with its superior military capabilities, would likely attempt a swift and decisive offensive. The first move could be to secure key strategic points such as major airports, seaports, and communication hubs. The US military might employ its unparalleled air power to establish air superiority and cut off Canadian reinforcements. But Canada, with its vast and challenging terrain, could use this to its advantage. Forests, mountains, and extreme weather conditions could slow down the American advance and provide cover for Canadian forces. Guerrilla warfare tactics such as ambushes, hit-and-run attacks, and sabotage could be employed to wear down the invading forces. However, the United States' technological advantage cannot be overlooked. With state-of-the-art surveillance systems, drones, and precision strike capabilities, they could neutralize many of these unconventional tactics. Furthermore, the US has a massive naval fleet, which could be used to enforce a blockade, cutting off Canada's access to international waters, and further isolating them. But this is not just a two-player game. The international response would be a significant factor. Canada is a member of NATO, meaning an attack on one member is considered an attack on all. The United States could find itself facing a united front of European nations. The political fallout would be monumental, potentially leading to economic sanctions, diplomatic isolation, and even military retaliation. Moreover, the United Nations would likely condemn such an act of aggression. The global community could rally around Canada, providing humanitarian aid, military support, and diplomatic backing. This international pressure could force the United States to withdraw, turning a military victory into a political defeat. And let's not forget about the home front. The American public, already weary from decades of overseas conflicts, may not support a war against a friendly neighbor. Protests could erupt across the country, leading to civil unrest and a potential crisis of leadership. It's also worth considering the economic impact. Both countries are major trading partners, and a war could disrupt this mutually beneficial relationship, leading to economic instability on both sides of the border. Lastly, the human cost would be immense. Aside from the military casualties, there would be significant civilian casualties and displacement. The aftermath of such a conflict would be a humanitarian disaster with long-lasting effects on the societies of both nations. While this is purely speculative, it's clear that such a conflict would have significant global implications. While the thought of the US attacking Canada may be fascinating, it's important to remember that this is purely hypothetical. We've journeyed through a hypothetical scenario that, while fascinating, is highly unlikely. We've explored the impressive military capabilities of both the United States and Canada, and it's safe to say that each nation possesses its own distinct strengths and strategies. The United States, with its powerful arsenal and cutting-edge technology, is a formidable force on the global stage. Its military might is renowned and respected worldwide. The sheer size of its armed forces, combined with its rich history of military strategy and tactics, makes it a force to be reckoned with. On the other hand, Canada's military might not be as large, but it's no less impressive in its own right. Its focus on specialized training, tactical efficiency, and a strong emphasis on peacekeeping missions has earned it a reputation for being a reliable and effective force. In our hypothetical scenario, we considered the unthinkable. What would happen if these two friendly neighbors were to engage in conflict? It's a question that brings with it a multitude of potential outcomes. The variables are numerous and the stakes incredibly high. However, it's crucial to remember that the strength of these two nations isn't solely defined by their military capabilities. The United States and Canada share a long history of friendship, cooperation, and mutual respect. Their bond is rooted in shared values, cultural similarities, and a deep-seated respect for democracy and human rights. This hypothetical scenario serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining peaceful relationships between nations. It emphasizes the need for diplomacy, understanding, and cooperation in a world that's increasingly interconnected. In the end, the strength of the US and Canada's relationship lies in their shared values and history, not in their military might. Thanks for watching.